Welcome. In today's lesson, we'll learn about soldering and desoldering. This is a very important skill for anyone in Nigeria who wants to repair electronics like phones, radios, or TVs. Let's get started. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the tools for soldering and desoldering, explain how to perform both processes safely, and recognize common mistakes. First, what is soldering? Soldering is a process used to join metal parts together by melting a filler metal called solder into the joint. In electronics, this creates a strong electrical connection. Desoldering is the opposite. It's the process of removing solder to separate components. This is essential for repairing circuits or replacing faulty parts. To solder correctly, you need the right tools. The most important ones are the soldering iron, solder wire, a stand to hold the hot iron, a tip cleaner, and safety glasses to protect your eyes. Here are the key tools. The soldering iron heats the connection. The solder wire is the metal that melts to form the joint, and the stand provides a safe place to rest the hot iron. For desoldering, you'll primarily use two tools: a desoldering pump, also known as a solder sucker, and a desoldering wick or braid. The desoldering pump uses a vacuum to suck up molten solder. The desoldering wick is a copper braid that absorbs molten solder when heated. Good solder joint is crucial. It should be shiny and shaped like a small volcano, not a dull ball. This shape indicates the solder has flowed correctly onto both the component and the board, creating a strong connection. Now, let's go through the steps for soldering. Following this process will help you create perfect joints every time. Watch closely. First, we prepare and clean the tip. Second, heat the joint by touching both the leg and pad. Third, apply solder to the joint. Fourth, remove the solder, then the iron. Finally, inspect your work for a clean, shiny finish. To desolder with a pump, first melt the solder on the joint with your iron. Quickly place the pump's nozzle over the molten solder and press the release button. The vacuum will suck the solder away. Use a wick, place it over the joint, and press your hot iron on top of it. The solder will melt and get absorbed into the copper braid. Remove the wick and iron, then cut off the used part. Safety is extremely important. Always wear safety glasses, work in a space with good airflow, and use a stand for your hot iron. Remember, the iron is very hot, so never touch the metal part, and always wash your hands when you're done. Mastering soldering and desoldering opens up many opportunities, from fixing your own gadgets to starting a repair business. Practice these steps safely to build your skills.